There it is.
There we go. Welcome back to the dive bar. I was stuck in traffic. Probably won't say that why, but people get all upset and whatnot. But I was stuck in traffic. I was stuck in traffic, and this is my fault. It's not. Don't blame Eric. Like, it's always his fault, and a lot of times it's Bobby. I'm never late, so I'll admit that one time I was late in 24 episodes, so that's fine. We got a lot to talk about. We got the boy Nicky Smokes coming on to talk about his come up on Barstool and just how good our Dolphins are right now. It's going to be a very good episode. I'm going to have a lot of fun with it. I'm happy to be here. Watching the Dolphins win last week was just awesome. So I can't wait to discuss that. How you boys feeling?
Just living the dream, another winless week here at the dive bar, but rain or shine, we out here for the people. Another therapy session. Glad to have Nicky Smokes, the boy, coming on. Bobby, how you doing over there?
Yeah, I'm doing good. I was just telling Nicky backstage, it's cool. It's like a round circle. It's like a full circle moment for us because when he used to do the Smoke Show, man, I'd be in the comments one of the first people that ever started watching his show, and I was always showing love. And now he's big time Barstool, six-figure man, dropping in and showing us some love. So it's cool, man. It's cool for everything. I'm glad to see him, get everything he deserves, so it's awesome, man. I'm excited to chop it up with a guest and a homie. It's kind of one of those cool hybrid. So it's going to be fun, man.
Best of both worlds. All right, boys, you ready? Let's run it.
Let's run it, baby.
I'm putting the helmet on as always.
The opportunity is right now.
Terrific defensive play. Intercepted. From the Balboa. Off the block. Two on the move. Going deep. Speed race. He's got Hill. He's got Hill. The Dolphins have recaptured the lead.
I swear that video used to be cooler, Nicky. That video used to hit so hard.
Dude, that should just have me in tears. Those were the good days of being a Dolphins fan, bro.
The good 2 years.
Oh my God.
It don't hit the same, unfortunately.
Doesn't.
Shit. But welcome to the show, Nicky Smokes. Glad to have you here, homie. Yo, so let's kick it off for anybody who's been living under a rock who doesn't know. Just give everybody a little backstory on yourself, how you got to where you're at, and then we'll go from there.
Yeah, well, first of all, I want to thank you guys for having me on. Watching you guys build this has been fucking awesome. I mean, the people you guys have had on, it's just unbelievable to see your guys' growth. And I know some of you guys personally. I know me and Ghost used to go out all the time and take over Fort Lauderdale back in the day. So it's just good to see good people winning. And I couldn't be more proud of you guys. As for me, you want the background story, basically?
Yeah, bro. Give it to the people.
Go back to I think what everyone
should I go back to when Ghost gave me my name?
There you go.
I would even definitely hit that part because I would love the
he wants all the
credit. He wants credit always.
Go back to the Kobe Bryant jersey days because I feel like that interaction is pretty important too.
For sure. Yeah. So back in 2020, or I think that's the year Kobe died. I'm pretty sure it was right before COVID. I could be wrong, but anyway. Right. Yeah, it was the Super Bowl with the Chiefs and the Niners. And funny enough, I was, everyone was watching Gary Vee at the time on how to get your dream job and shit. And one of his things was just follow everyone in the company, blow up their DMs, yada, 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 right? So I'm all right, well, fuck this asshole, I'll do it. So I followed pretty much everyone in the company, whether I knew him or if I didn't know him. And one of the kids sent out a tweet, hey, does anyone have a Kobe Bryant jersey in Miami? I'm like, yeah, I got one. And I answered him so fast, he thought I was an automated bot. He didn't think I was a real person because I DM'd him at the time under Smoke Sports before Nicky Smokes even took off. So he's yeah, no, I'm real. I could be there in 45 minutes to an hour. He's like, all right, great. So I go over there, and then next thing you know, I'm standing next to Dave Portnoy. He's wearing my Kobe Bryant jersey for that famous Miami pizza review where he's like, yo, give it to a crack addict. And he's pulling his sled with his teeth. And that was my first initial reaction with Dave Portnoy. And I was so scared and so starstruck. I didn't even show him like any of the videos that I had made. The only thing I gave him was a business card that on the back of it had a picture of a goat smoking a cigar. And then on the front, it said Nick Longley with my phone number and email. Obviously, I never heard from him after that. I'm sure he probably just threw that thing right in the trash, but he thanked me. And then fast forward 2 years later, 2022. What a time to be a Miami Dolphins fan 3 weeks into the season, right? We go out there, we beat the Bills at home, and I dropped the classic. I dropped an instant classic. Enjoy that flight home, and it went viral for all the wrong reasons. I had a little too much booger sugar that day. I'll be the first to admit. First time we beat the Bills in Lord knows how long. I was fired up. And remember the Bills social media team dropped that video of all their fans on the plane, like, oh, we're going to have a safe flight to Miami. So like, the whole time I'm thinking like, oh, you boys are going to enjoy that flight home. So that's the first thing that came out of my mouth. And you guys kind of know what happened after that. And Dave quotes it and says, this guy sucks. And I'm like, oh, fuck, well, I'm never working at Barstool. This is done. And then I went to Buffalo. I believe it was week 18 or maybe it was that playoff game. I'm not sure.
That was when we went to the playoff game.
Yes, and we met up with the chef.
Yep.
Right? That's what it was. So I took the picture with the chef, posted it on Twitter, and Dave was like, this kid's on one hell of a redemption tour. He follows me. So I'm like, all right, like this is it. This is my moment. Here we go. He's going to DM me. I'm going to get hired. Nothing, not a sound. So now I'm like thinking, oh my God, Dave Portnoy is going to see all my tweets. So like now I'm tripping about what I should send out, what I shouldn't send out. Months go by, and luckily the Miami Heat are playing the Boston Celtics, and we go up 3-0, and they come back 3. Oh my God, that guy's still alive. Don't worry, Keith. I just donated a pint of plasma so I could afford my trip to Turkey. I'll be there next month. Don't worry about it. If you know, you know. That's an old Dolphins Twitter joke right there.
That's deep Dolphins
Looks
right
like
there.
Hitler, bro. What the fuck? Hey, say what you will.
Anyway.
Keith brings the heat, bro. Keith brings the heat.
Keith always brings the heat.
Nothing about you resembles that, which is the
it's
that's why it's ironically funny. It's like, all
right.
No,
yeah, I got no problem.
Oh man.
The Heat are up 3-0. I'm talking shit. The Celtics come back, and he just starts tweeting at me like mid-game, talking shit. I'm like, all right, bet, like let's go. So they end up winning Game 6, and I'll never forget it, bro. I was driving home because I was selling health insurance 12 hours a day at the time, and I was just like breaking down. I'm like, bro, I am miserable. This is not what I want to do. I'm like, God, if this is my purpose, just give me a sign so I know what I'm doing, like with my life. Next morning, I wake up, DM from Dave Portnoy. He's like, yo, do you want to bet Game 7? I'm like, absolutely, I do. So we go back and forth. He's like, all right, Heat win, you get a job. Heat lose, you got to get a tattoo that said Dave was right. I flew to Boston the next day on my own dime, got my ticket. And next thing you know, here I am now. So that's basically how I got there.
Thank God for Miami Heat, huh?
What happened?
Go ahead, Ghost. Go ahead.
Do you, and I kind of debated this too, and I talked to you about this when it happened. I'm not sure you were getting the job if the Heat lost.
Yeah, no, I asked him once on a live stream, but Dave always has a nose for content, and we were also playing the Patriots when I asked him, so like, and we were whipping their ass, so maybe he was like being a little salty, but I straight up asked him like, yo, would you have hired me if they lost? He's like, no. I'm like, all right, well, guess we'll never know. Got re-signed anyway, so I guess it didn't matter too much, but also shout out Ghost because the real ones know back in the day it was Nicky Betts. It wasn't even Nicky Smokes. But I always went by Smoke. So like my display name said Smoke and then my @ was Nicky Betts, and Ghost was like, yo, you should just make it Nicky Smokes. And that's how the persona was born right there. There he is, Game 7. That's my favorite picture ever, bro.
Dude,
that's my favorite picture ever.
I'm a Lakers fan, and I remember following this. Like you were a homie, and seeing just like it didn't matter who you were, if you cared or not. Now I care. Like I was like locked in, like in front of the TV, Game 7. Like, dude, this is like I knew this was your goal. I knew where he started, and I was like, dude, this is legendary. And I think the thing that went to your advantage too was like he owns a betting company, so like he's got to hold through. Like it can't like say something like that publicly and then like be like, oh, it was me. Come on, I was talking. Like that like it was solid.
Dave's a man of his word, especially on the internet. Like you can't promise someone a 6-figure job and then lose the bet and not pay up. So like that was never in question. So I think it was just more of a storyline as why I'm going to hire this kid versus because at the time I think I had like 8,000 followers on Twitter. Like I wasn't even like that big yet. And then I mean the rest was kind of history after that. But yeah, I mean, hey, I miss the Dolphin Twitter street days, man. It's a blessing not having to be in there 24/7 anymore. Like I always check in like on the boys, but bro, that place it's special. That place is special, bro. It's unbelievable, man. But you guys do a great job I mean, you guys essentially run that bitch, in my opinion. So,
yeah, in my opinion too.
We like to think so.
I'll 10 toes down with everybody that said that. Another place that seems special is Barstool. Kind of tell us, what is it like? Obviously, you got there. You're the new guy. Everybody hates you. You get a big check. Some people are like, I've been here 5 years. This guy's making more than me. That was the downside of the whole public thing. But you hated it first. Kind of talk us through that transition and what is it like now, day to day, being there?
Yeah, for sure. When I first started, it was really tough because I was hated off the bat just because I got signed basically off the street, 8,000 followers, whatever, making $100,000. And look, like I kind of understand where they're coming from, but I told Dave I would work for $50,000 a year. I said, literally, I will work there for $1,000 a week. Thank God I didn't do that because in Chicago, then I'd be fucking broke. I miss my fucking South Florida income. I'll tell you that. But yeah, I mean, the first 5-6 months were really tough. Like a lot of people did hate me there. And, just because, like I said, the money thing and they didn't really know me. And look, I'm a South Florida kid, born and raised. Like we're different gravy, like where we're from. We talk different, walk different. We see life differently. So like it's hard for someone not from South Florida to like understand me and who I am as a person. But as time went on, like things just got better. You know, I started building good relationships, healthy relationships with pretty much everyone in the office. I'm well loved, at least to my knowledge. And it's an amazing workplace. It really is. But I think the hardest part moving to Chicago in this shitty office before we got the new one and not knowing anyone, not having any relationships, is that there's no reporting to anyone. Like there's no, hey, Smokes, we need 6 videos this week. Hey, Smokes, we need 100,000 views this week. Hey, Smokes, you should cover this, you should cover that, you should do this, you should do that. There's none of that. So you're just kind of out there on your own trying to figure out your lane and what you should and shouldn't do. And considering I didn't have too many friends out at the time, shout out Mook and Nicky who took me in from day one, that was really hard for me because I didn't really feel like I had anyone that I could reach out to give me the proper guidance. And it just felt uncomfortable because, I'm used to like doing my rants in my room or, just where I'm comfortable at. And now it's like I'm in an office and am I really about to pull my phone out right now and start screaming about how fucking shit the Dolphins are in front of all these people. So it was really uncomfortable at first. And I really didn't know what I was doing. And I guess I still don't to this day. It's really just sink or swim and showing up to work and, just being a team player, a locker room guy right now. We have a lot of talented people in that office like Big Cat and, like the big money makers. And in Chicago, I guess I'm a small fish in a big pond, but, I'm playing my role right now and staying patient and, just trying to find my own thing even still. So, I mean, the day-to-day there it's amazing, to be honest with you. I mean, there's no lunch break. You can go when you want. There's no, hey, be here at 9, show up when you want, leave when you want. No one's in your ass. But I don't take my job for granted. Like I said, you guys know this. It's been my dream job. That's why I started making content in the first place. So I always try to be the first one in, last one out. Today I left at 3:00, but sometimes you could leave early because it is what it is, But no, it's amazing. The office is magnificent. We got a basketball court, golf simulator, food 24/7. So it's been a dream job. It's been amazing. I'm blessed to be there.
I don't know if you remember the conversation that I had with you. I don't know if it was 2021 or 2020. I forget when it was, but I was like, dude, like just like after getting to know you and just like interact with you on Twitter and what we were doing. This was like the Dolphins Twitter days with you. I'm like, dude, I can guarantee you're gonna be working at Barstool in a year.
Yeah.
And you
it's crazy. I had you, remember Clump. I mean, he was like as much as he was hated, man. Like he always told me, he was like, bro, you're gonna get there. You told me that too. So I definitely had a good support system, even when I never thought I was going to. I had people that believed in me and just kept encouraging me and retweeting my videos and liking my videos. And it's and shout out my parents, like my mom and dad. They never doubted me for a second and told me I couldn't do this, even though my mom still doesn't know how to get on the internet to watch my shit. It's probably a good thing, but she knew I was doing something.
That's a blessing.
And so I had a great support system, whether it was from my family or you guys online, and that's kind of what got me here. So shout out to all you guys.
We got a lot of comments right now in the comment section about Frank. You was kind of talking about Frank and his show with us before we went on. Kind of tell us your best Frank story real quick.
First of all, the word unhinged is like a trend now. I feel like I see that word every single day. And I just found out what it meant the other day. But yeah, I mean, Frank is a fucking lunatic. Like, do you not know how he's famous? He fucking watches every Mets game in his apartment and screams and spits all over his phone. And look, I'm not hating on him. I do the same shit. But he's a fucking lunatic. He's a psychopath. Having to watch a Dolphins game with him is one of the worst experiences in my entire life. And I said that to his face. It's not like I'm talking shit. Like, he knows how it is. He knows he's miserable to watch games with. It is unreal. And I always thought it was a bit before I started at Barstool. Like, first of all, I never knew, like,
it's real.
He shot out. I didn't know people go on YouTube to watch other people watch football games and see their reactions. I always just thought it was a guy in the room with their phone out, waiting for Frank to flip out, record that, and post that. Bro, it is not like a 2-minute rant. Like, he does this from kickoff till the end of the fourth quarter. Just not like the Dolphins could be winning, and he'll start talking about how the Devils suck. Like, he's miserable to watch games with. It's horrible. I love Frank. I'll always love Frank. Frank knows this. Like, I say it to his face. He knows it is 4 hours of hell watching a game with him. And it's not a bit. It's just who he is.
Yeah, it's funny you said that about the bit, because it's like, we all know Frank. Like, everybody has seen Frank, a classic, epic Frank rant. Like, that. But you, like you said, you wonder how much is like a personality, how much you're doing it for like clicks or views. And dude, he got on here and he was Frank. And it was like firsthand, and we were just like taking it as it comes. And it's like,
I'm glad you got that, because the first time I ever had Frank on my show, back when I was doing like the Dolphin show, I didn't get the real Frank. He was like quiet, monotone, like no energy. And I kept trying to like poke his buttons to like get him fired up. He just wasn't having it. And then, so I'm glad you guys got the full experience. So anyone out there, if you get Frank the Tank and you want the full experience, book him on a Mets, Devils, or Dolphins game, and you'll get the full package for sure.
I was gonna say, we got real lucky because he was quiet for a bit. Like, we could see him looking up, and we're just like, I'm like, I just had to know. I was like, Frank, what are you watching, bro? And he's like, the Devils, and then that was it.
Yeah,
and then
it was like he just
the
needed
full Frank
little
experience from there.
He just needed a
and
little.
Then the Red Wings scored on camera, and then he hit the fucking air horn.
He started
like through his glasses, started spitting off facts. Ghost was like, "Oh yeah, I'm watching it right now. What's going on?" He was like, "Red Wings, 28 shots. They've 32, 1972. They had a goalie that did this. He fell asleep." It was like, oh shit.
He's a sports encyclopedia.
He does have unbelievable. Crazy knowledge.
He was just randomly talking about facts of like the Detroit Red Wings from the 70s and 80s, like as the game's going on, that has nothing to do with the game. And I had to get off camera.
He shot out, bro. He shot out. He's special, bro. I love him.
Goes mean, and you knew he was losing it, because we talked about it too. We were like, I was like, boys, like, if we get a Frank rant, it's gonna be real hard for me to keep a straight face, because those things get me every time. And then he hit it live, and Bobby and I are just like in our private chat, like keep it together, and Ghost is just like fuck it, just like ducks out. Like, dude, it was
Ghost comes back up and he's got real tears and he's like, yeah, Red Wings. I'm watching it right now. It was like Ghost.
I was trying. Unbelievable, man.
I was the kid in school that like would get in trouble all the time because like if I looked at my friend when you shouldn't laugh, I could not laugh. And Ghost is down there like going nuts, and I'm like, oh fuck, man. Like I get PTSD over here. So I just kept a consistent smile. So it wasn't like, but yeah, Frank is Frank. That's what I told people. Like
it was awesome.
It was a different experience, but it was the Frank experience. That's a checklist.
That's what you wanted.
Yeah, that's a checklist item. Like we can always say that we had like Frank going nuts on here.
No, unreal. I mean, in terms of people you guys have had on this podcast, I mean, unbelievable. Unbelievable, bro.
We've had a run.
Real lucky, man.
I think my biggest guess when I was doing it was fucking Ghost. So goes to show you guys are doing something way better. You guys are doing something right.
Ghost or Nick Hicks?
Oh, dude, that Nick Hicks episode did numbers.
That was peak Nick Hicks too.
That was peak Nick Hicks, bro. People don't know about peak Nick Hicks, dog.
They don't.
Bro,
is that when he was going to war for 2 on the timeline every
dog. That was peak Civil War. That was peak Civil War, bro.
Bro, that was back.
Dude, you guys are taking me down memory lane, dog. And I used to hate that motherfucker, bro. I used to hate him, but like now he's my boy.
I think one thing we've learned about podcasts is you have differences with people, and then you come sit down for an hour with them, and it's like,
he's not that bad. Yeah, for sure,
dude. It's the computer screen, man. It really just separates you. Like, I fucking hate this guy, dude. Like when you got your job at Barstool, you can just like see the seething jealousy of just people.
Oh my god.
And we'll get into it. It was obviously like people who just will never move off Tua, and we'll get into that and everything like that. And you had some thoughts about Tua, just like any fucking normal Dolphins fan did, and they were just seething day after day after day, just miserable.
Remember when I met Tua and did the softball thing with them, and like they started pulling receipts from like 2019, 2020. I'm like, bro, you guys are fucking losers.
They were like Walter White in the SUV scene when he's behind in the SUV and he's like, Frank. They're like, Tua, he's your number one. Hey, he's gonna shoot you.
Bro, people have a lot of time on their hands, bro. People got too much free time. Dog.
What reminded me of Nick Hicks though is I always go back to this moment. I remember this is what makes me so happy you got to where you got. Because I remember Nick Hicks left your podcast and you're sitting there with Back Nine Bobby, and you go, oh my God, Nick Hicks, bro. And you were literally like took back. And it's crazy to think like that was like you were like living the dream then. It's like you really thought, you was killing it.
Yeah, which is crazy. No offense to Nick Hicks. I love
and now we just talk shit to Nick.
I should have been glazing you like that. That's my boy. Shout out Nick.
He did say his biggest guess was Ghost of Adam Gase. So we're going to move on to the Dolphins game because I think that's a great place to end that one. So, Eric, what do you have for us, brother?
Go ahead, Nicky. Initial thoughts on the game, boys. Just hit a round table. What the fuck? Just go ahead and lead us off with initial thoughts, and then we'll get it going.
Yeah, same sorry ass Dolphins, man. I'm done with this team. Straight the fuck up. Like, I'll always support them. I'll always love them. They'll always have a place in my heart. But like, I'm dead ass serious. I ain't wearing no more merch. I ain't buying no tickets. I was gonna go home for the games. Like for Christmas, I was gonna go to the game in Green Bay for Thanksgiving. They don't deserve that. They don't deserve that bread. Straight the fuck up. I mean, this team puts us through the ringer every single year, constantly breaking our hearts, fake promises. And know what really pissed me off is they don't give a fuck. We lose and it's all jokes, it's all laughs, it's all this, it's all that. Man, fuck that sorry ass shit. I'm done with that. Like I'm not sitting back here and like letting it slide. I'm over the Mr. Nice Guy shit. Straight up. I'm over my quarterback missing fucking 5 games a year. I'm over an incompetent GM knowing that and not having a good backup quarterback. I'm tired of not having an offensive line. I'm tired of having a streaky defense, although Ghost will suck the dick off that defense until he's blue in the face. Like I'm tired of the inconsistency. I'm tired of them not caring. I'm tired of losing to Buffalo. I'm tired of having the division right there in our hands and shitting down our leg like we do each and every single year. And if you want if you wanted positivity from me today and fake tweets like Ghost was throwing up today, like he actually believes in this team still, you're not going to get that from me, bro. I know how Ghost rolls. He'll fucking send me a DM saying how cooked we are with 10 laughing face emojis. He don't believe half the shit he's saying, bro. I'm airing shit out, man. Like, this team sucks. This team's sorry. And if you feel any other way, fuck you. You think we're going into Buffalo and winning this game? Clip this shit. I hope I'm wrong. We're going to get our asses whipped like we always do. I got no belief in this team, and I hope they prove me wrong. And then I hear Tua saying, oh, we went from 1-7 to 9-8. Well, guess what, motherfucker? We ain't playing 6 teams in a row under 500. We got a brutal schedule coming up. It'd be a blessing from God if this team wins 9 games and gets in the playoffs. And if people don't get fired this year, we have a problem. Honestly, you know what? Stephen Ross, you don't even fire anyone. You don't deserve to see this team win before you die. I'm sorry. And that might be the darkest thing I've ever said. Sorry. That's my piece. I'm just fed up, man. And that game, you lose to the Cardinals, a team that hasn't won back-to-back games in 3 years, and a Kyler Murray fresh off a Call of Duty 6 drop.
Straight off
you can't beat Kyler Murray off a Call of Duty 6 drop? Booty. Shit.
You know he was on that till 3 a.m. in the hotel room.
Well, Ghost.
And they were in South Beach. He probably had strippers in the room playing COD. And we still lost.
No, he
did. Ghost, I'll let you go next so you can kind of defend yourself. That turned into a little bit of a – he was – dude.
I'm glad somebody had to say this shit.
He threw you under the ice cream truck there, bro.
No, it's actually kind of – it's really funny, though, because I kind of love that because it's like it's fun when your friends come on the podcast and they know exactly who you are and what you're tweeting. And I know you guys are looking at my tweets going, this motherfucker, like, if only people knew. Like, you know, I don't give a fuck. Like, it's my account. Like, everyone, like, if you don't know what you're getting with me at this point, then just, you know, you haven't been following me for a while.
Bro, do you remember the Ghost satire era? That was peak Ghost. Peak Ghost.
You even got to remind me of that.
Listen.
Wait, is that not going on right now?
It probably is still going on right now, but bro, like,
give us a couple good examples.
Like, he would just, I don't even have the tweets, but you would take an obvious knock on Tua and like use it on another player and it would go crazy. And like all the people that were like slobbing Tua would be like, facts, bro, facts. And you would send it to me and be like, I'm literally tweeting about how trash Tua is right now.
That's still going on to this day. That's his
he's still doing that.
The only tweet we were missing from this week was the road to 5-5 starts Sunday in Buffalo. That's the only one we were missing.
Listen to me. I'm a man of science, and I get real. The one thing that, one thing I get into, like one of the things that I got into like the nursing career for, right, is I am fascinated and always have been fascinated, like at a very like in almost an inundated level of just what I think about during the day is human behavior. I am fucking fascinated by human behavior. And this Twitter account, like
Easy Dahmer.
Yeah, it leaks into like this shit leaks into like, what can I get like these people to say or like, let me see how like this group of people react to something, bro.
Like Ghost is a sociopath.
Just for my own personal like research of just myself and human behavior.
Bro, this man would weasel his way into like the other side of the Dolphins Civil War and like act like they're boys, and then like come back and report to me like everything that they're scheming up. Like you were a wizard.
I'm fucking fascinated by dude.
You're smart. You're smart. You are very smart. You are diabolical.
I just fascinated by the dynamic of social media. How it removes the human element, and it's like people. Kind of like what you saw when you went to Barstool. Like people are just like, this guy's a fucking horrible person, and then like the chef meets you, and you're like, we were up in Buffalo, and he's like, yo, you're actually like a really fucking cool guy, and everyone loved you in Buffalo. Everyone, you know, you still have the stragglers who've never met you, and they're like, wow, this guy's fucking awesome. And I think just removing that human element and just seeing how far like people can get pushed, see what you can get people to say, see what you can get people to believe, like. It fucking fascinates me, and I have my friends. I think it's great, bro. And honestly, I'll admit openly, like part of me having the social media is just my fascination with human interaction and human behavior.
You love to troll.
It's not troll. Like I do love trolling, but some of it I'm not
trolling. Is a troll.
I'm doing it for my own research. It's my own research.
My own research.
I can't wait to see the case study get released.
It's very scientific.
I'm gonna write an evidence-based case study on some of this shit one day. I really think I might.
The coolest thing, and I'll vouch for Ghost, like everybody wants us to do live streams during the game because like I'm not gonna lie, it would be the best. Like there would be no better live stream of Dolphins. Like if you're watching the Dolphins, there would be not a better one. But we all three would be canceled in 5 minutes. There's no doubt about that.
That's why I don't drink on stream. I don't drink anytime I stream. I don't drink. No cocktails. Nothing. You ain't catching me saying anything, bro. Hell no. I can't drink on those streams.
Yeah. So I know that I, without a doubt, can say 100% positive we would have the best Dolphin stream live game reaction you've ever seen. But I don't know how long we would make it.
Survive it.
Yeah, I don't know. It would be the best for a week and a half.
All right, let's.
You can't even. Yeah. Talk Dolphins. Ghost.
What are your thoughts from the game on Sunday? The people want to know. Give us a little bit. Actually, though,
defense had a lights out first half. You're giving the ball back. You're giving the ball back to the off. You're giving the ball back to the offense. You're only giving up 7 fucking points, and then you get in the red zone, and Miami has a minute 20 left on the clock inside the fucking 6-yard line. A minute 2.
Oh, we can go through that play-by-play if you want.
Fade route, Tyreek Hill.
So how many times I could go back to the Buffalo game. How many times does this defense have to give the opportunity for the offense to take over the game and finally fucking just take it by the balls, and they just don't?
Yeah.
You just want the defense to hold, unless there's a fucking punt every single series. Oh, it's the defense's fault. It's the defense's fault. Everyone wants to be the defense's fault. How about you fucking score a touchdown when you're inside the 6 and not call a fucking goal line fade on 3rd down? Like have a full timeout. You have a minute left on the clock and you don't snap the ball till 20 seconds. Like, what are you doing?
It's terrible. It's horrible. And honestly, I think it goes with Mike McDaniel.
When we settled for a field goal there, when we settled for a field goal there right before half, I said we lost this game. This is before the Butterfingers shit, but we lost that fucking game. I knew we fucking lost that game, dude. As soon as we settled for a field goal, I'm like,
I have it pulled up because I knew this was coming, and I feel the same way.
Go ahead.
Minute 15, 2nd and 2 at the 28. We get to the 12, 1st and 10 at the 12 with a minute 8 seconds. We run
1st and 10 at the middle 12.
At the 12 with a minute and 8. We have a full timeout here. H-10 up the middle for 6. Anybody want to take a guess when we snap the ball again after that play with a minute and 8 seconds? Anybody want to guess how much time's left on the fucking clock?
35 seconds.
That's what I was going to say. 37.
26 seconds. We snap the ball. 2nd down. And we run off right guard for a yard. That was at 2nd and 4. We lose a yard. 3rd and 5. 22 seconds left. We blow the timeout. And then this podcast's favorite fucking play of all time. 3rd and 5 from the 7. Fade to Tyreek Hill.
Yep. Best play. Best play in the playbook. Hey, remember that one time it worked though against the Chargers week 1 fucking 2 years ago? Yeah, that was sweet.
Looking back, I wish we would have lost that game on that fucking play, so it would have never been called again.
Appreciate you, brother.
You, Mike.
Unreal, man.
Yeah.
We had catastrophic.
We had Tyreek Hill on the podcast, and we confronted Tyreek Hill and said, "When are we going to get this play out of the playbook?" And this motherfucker laughed. He's like, bro, he goes, I know, man. Like, he knew that this play was fucking whack. We asked him, dude, bro, on the podcast. Bobby literally said to him, he goes, bro, when are we going to remove the goal line fade from the playbook on 3rd and short? And he laughed his fucking ass off. And, like, he made a joke about it. And he's like, yeah, it did work that one time, though, on week 1. It was a really good play. But, bro, like, oh, my God, McDaniel, like, again, and the last thing I'll say, I'll let Bobby go. I knew I looked at I didn't look at the guys, but I typed in the chat. I'm like, we lost the game. As soon as we kicked that field goal, I'm like, we fucking lost the game. I guarantee it.
Bobby,
your thoughts? Roberto.
I was trying to pull that clip up so Eric could play it real quick because it's funny as shit. But
you do have it.
Hold on, I'll send it. Actually, I'm not going to send it to you right now.
We'll
get it.
I'm pretty sure we tweeted it the other day.
Yeah, we did. That's why I was going to send it to you.
I got you.
It's disappointing because, like, there's a lot of positives. Like, I feel like the last 2 or 3 weeks I've come, it's halftime, and I'm like, holy shit, couldn't have a better game plan. Like, we're running the ball. We're playing good defense, like balanced attack, everything we've been asking for the first half. And then it's like, and this offense has always done this. They'll put up 28 in the 3 quarters, and then they'll get time for, like, we had opportunities to get a kill as an offense. The defense did give up a couple of easy scores at the end, but we had a chance to get a kill a couple times. And they just can't kill. That's the reality. If they're either beating you by 70 or losing a close game.
We're just soft. It's fucking soft is what it is.
And the one game that Miami did get the kill was the Cowboys game when they threw that screen to Tyreek and he got that first down, and then they ran a couple times with Wilson and then we kicked the field goal.
Jeff Wilson legacy game.
That was the last time that they got it. And listen to me. This shit reminded me of the Titans game where everyone wanted to trash the defense. Rightfully so. You don't give up 2 touchdowns with 4 minutes.
Oh, when we lost 34-3 Or are you talking about the 1-2 last year? Okay, yeah. We have bad history with Titans. My bad.
Yeah. When the offense had 2 possessions to get 1 fucking first down, and they can't. They can't close a game. And listen, I'm not defending the defense in the second half. Like, you got to make a stop there. It was horrible tackling. We had Kyler Murray dead to rights.
We'll get to that. We're going to get to that.
But I'm saying, like, Bobby has a point. Like, bro, you can blame the defense all you want, but this offense never kills. Week 18 Buffalo can't fucking throw an interception. Last year against the Titans, can't get 1 first down on 2 drives in a row. This week, all they needed was just sustain they didn't even need a douche. They didn't even need a score. Sustain a drive and kick a field goal. Game's over.
Bro, they got no dogs. There's no killer mentality on that offense. Whether it's the head coach, the quarterback, the fucking $200 million wide receivers, there's no killer. There's no one that we could give the ball to at the end of the game and say, put this thing away, and they do it. It's non-existent. It's not there. It's a problem, bro. It's been a problem for 3 years.
His name is Jalen Wright. He sits on the fucking bench.
Bring up the clip, Eric. Here's the clip of Tyreek Hill when I asked him about this right before the season starts.
By the way, episode 3, many moons ago. We've come a long way, but check this. Hopefully I did this right and y'all can hear it. But
one last question. Have we eliminated the 3rd and 2 fade from the goal line? I feel like Tua dropped the dime to you versus the Chargers, and he never got over that and just kept calling that damn play.
Bro, it was so beautiful against the Chargers. We had to keep running.
It worked week 1. It worked week 1.
we gonna hit this thing again like that one time. One more time. That's all we need.
One last question. 2 quick points from that video. Holy shit, we were happy. We had a whole life's ahead of us, and we were talking to Tyreek Hill. Holy shit, dude. That's still crazy.
Unreal.
I was in timeout then.
Bro, even he laughed his ass off. Deep belly laughed.
He knew.
All right, let's get into
it's not so funny anymore now, though, is it?
No, shit ain't sweet. Now he's fighting with pod members and shit. Shit ain't sweet. But moving on, let's get it like the coaching. I know we touched on it a little bit. Like, what do we do with McDaniel? Like, what are you guys' thoughts? Like we were talking backstage. Shit ain't sweet anymore. Nicky, what do you think, bro? Like, what's the
sack his ass? Sack his ass. If you don't know what that means, it's a soccer term when they fire their manager. Sack his ass, bro. I'm done with his shit. And look, I love McDaniel. I was a McDaniel Glazer, just like everyone else is. Oh, he's so funny. He's so dorky. Is it? I wish it was colder. Yeah, that shit's sweet when you're fucking winning games. Guess what? We ain't winning, bro. We ain't winning. Tell me what's changed since we had McDaniel. Oh, we scored more points one year than we did with Brian Flores. That's cute. How many playoff wins we got? How many division wins we got? How many big wins down the stretch do we got? None. 0. How's the time management?
Was a good one.
Wasn't even enough. No, because that game came before Buffalo, which made Buffalo the actual big game, and we shit down our leg for the division at home. How's the time management been over the last 2 years? How's that
gotten better?
Yeah, and you know what used to be great about McDaniel? Play calling. How's that been? Ask Alex Ingold when he got his number called on 1st and 12, and he had to do a fucking fullback dive. Yeah, that makes sense.
And an outside dive as well.
Outside zone down.
The play calling isn't what it once was. The offense isn't even close to what it once was. We can't even catch a fucking football anymore. They can't even catch a football. Odell Beckham's played 2 games, no catches. Jalen Waddle got 5 drops. Jonnu Smith is good for 2 drops a game.
Jonnu's got 4 on the year. Jalen has 5, which is unbelievable.
It's crazy. And look, man, I love Mike D, the person. Don't get me wrong. Like, he's a great guy. He's very easy to root for. But you watch a press conference of his after a loss, I want to punch that I want to break my computer screen. It's unbearable. I can't listen to it. It's horseshit. And then he comes out and says, trust the process. Bro, what process are we supposed to be trusting? What results have you shown us in 2 years that we haven't seen the last 25 years? You know different than the rest of them. It's the same old shit. It doesn't matter. Yeah, one might score more points. One might have a better defense. One might have a good offensive line, but can't call plays. Like, it doesn't, like, we haven't had a coach that can get us over the top. And look, the proof is in the pudding. How many opportunities has this team had a chance to change the narrative and shit down their leg? Countless times. One was for the division. I mean, the other, when we were in Buffalo with Skylar Thompson, we still had a chance to win that game, and we couldn't get a fucking playoff. And we still can't get plays off, and that's 2 years later. I mean, it's the same shit.
Dude, hey, progress. Progress.
Hey, we did win a challenge.
What was the challenge? Let me hear this.
I think it's his first challenge he's ever won last week.
The Jonnu catch,
which was the pearl by Oos, by the way.
And look, he looked great. Like, Oos looked good. You could tell, like, with him back in the lineup, the offense is way better. But I'm telling you right now, even if he's our quarterback all 18 years, this team ain't winning shit.
Well, that's the anybody who says we're not night and day better with Tua is lying. But also
that's a true statement. But anyone that says we're a Super Bowl contender with Tua is an ignorant idiot. Straight up, no disrespect.
Here's my
because we had them all 18 last year, brother. Like, we had them all 18 last year.
Here's my take on that. Is when people try to fucking pin you into a corner with the whole is our offense better, worse, or the same with Tua? Motherfucker, it goes from an F to a C-.
Right.
Of course it fucking gets better.
A little better than C-.
Like a B.
C+. I'll give you a C+.
B-, and I'll allow it, and we can move on.
Hey, I'll give you a B+ against a bottom 5 team with a record under 500, and I'll give you a C- against any team that's worth a shit.
Look at the Buffalo game, dude. Like you're, and these dudes, they write off the Buffalo game in week 2, like, oh, they always have our number. That doesn't matter. But look at it against the Cardinals. It's night and day. And I'm like, if you removed the names and the numbers on the back of the jerseys and you showed me the Buffalo game in week 2, and then you showed me any Skylar Thompson, Tyler Huntley game, I'm like, this shit looks the same. It looks the same.
I will be fair to Tua in that game, though. I think 2 of those picks weren't his fault. Like, one hit fucking Jonnu in the fucking chest and bounced up in the air and got picked.
That was the Bose.
No, it was
that was the dude off the street.
I didn't even know who that. I literally tweeted. I go, "Who the fuck is this guy?"
Grant DeBose. 3 days before that, hits the breaking route. It's wide open. Tua hits him in the chest. Dude.
That was it. You're right. And I tweeted. I said, "Who the fuck is Dubose?" I didn't even know who that mother. I didn't even know he was on the team.
That's the neglect we're talking about, though. You should never have to be in that situation to roll a dude off the street against Buffalo.
You know who our wide
You know the funny part is? You know what the funniest part of that was? Tyreek's on the fucking sideline in that play. Tyreek's on the sideline on it.
I think Watt was on the sideline too. I think they were both on the sideline.
Sucking down air, both of them. Like, they don't fucking run gassers at practice.
What the problem is, McDaniel will run Waddle and Tyreek 50 yards both down the field on 2nd and 8. And then now it's 3rd down, and both those dudes are sucking wind on the sidelines, and you got Grant DeBose running an in route.
Yep.
No big deal. It's just Buffalo, week 3. You know, your Debo's coming to town to beat your ass again. Don't worry, we got Grant DeBose.
No, it's crazy.
And I think the second one, who was it that ran the wrong route?
Chosen,
Robbie
but also
Anderson.
He sailed that.
Yeah,
he did sail it.
It was chosen wrong route, but he sailed it in fair. Either way, like, you know,
that ball wasn't getting caught either way.
No. Yo, you guys want to laugh though? And then you know how on the timeline today everybody was hyping up Chris Brooks for playing for the Packers? You know, we cut him for that fucking scrub Grant DuBose.
Yep.
Damn.
That's how Chris Brooks ended up on the fucking Packers.
Really?
Yep.
Jesus Christ.
My whole thing was, so people were like, Ghost, why are you so upset about like Chris Brooks getting caught? I'm like, this is this is like the microcosm of like the whole Greer regime. Like it has not so much to do with Chris Brooks himself. It's the inability and unwillingness to just retain talent. I don't care if he was going to be the 4th running back on the team. I would put him over Wilson because he knows the H-back role. When Ingold went down for a game or two, he steps right in and he fills the H-back role. But it's just, dude, our Debo. Who hasn't been our Debo on Dolphins Twitter? But dude, he just fills all those roles. And I'm not so much upset about Brooks itself, but like
it's a microcosm.
It's the philosophy of Greer. Like, let him walk. Let him walk. I have an injured veteran coming in that's 32 years old. We can sign him for the vet minimum, and he'll produce just the same. And they never do. And if they do, they're hurt 2 days later.
If Greer and McDaniel have a job at the end of this year, I will be very shocked.
I still give him the year. I've said on the time, and this was actually a real ghost tweet, was you give him the rest of the year. If there is, my fucking expectation is still a playoff win. If there is no playoff win at the end of this year, from top to bottom, that includes Greer, McDaniel, Tua, let a GM come in, pick his head coach, let a head coach come in and pick his own quarterback for once. Don't say you have to take this guy. Pick your own fucking quarterback.
Look, Nick, he don't mean his like what he expects us to do. He meant like his bottom line.
Expectation.
Bottom line.
That's my expectation from the beginning of the season. I don't give a shit who was hurt. My expectation was like, if you don't win a playoff game this year, the whole thing's done. We're done, dude.
I hate to break this to you, Ghost, but
we're not winning a playoff.
We ain't winning a playoff game.
Hey, real quick,
that's still my expectation. That is my expectation.
When I pulled that Tyreek clip up, I seen a notification from Keith, and he says, very respectfully, Nicky, tell that pussy to unblock me, and I'll do the same. Dude, hey, very civil, very modest, very demure.
Very mindful.
I might consider it, but then like 2 weeks might go by and he might forget and tell me that he's gonna go find me at the Hard Rock and stab me again. So I don't know. I gotta walk on eggshells with Keith.
Are we gonna do this? Is this what's gonna happen? Or are we gonna Jordan love the Packers this year? Was this real ghost or is this troll ghost from this morning?
This is peak satire ghost. This is exactly what I was talking about.
Which one is this?
Read the tweet.
Jordan Love and the Packers started 2-5 last year. Jordan Love then proceeded to throw 21 yugs with 3 picks and ended up winning a playoff game with a much lesser talented offense. Up for debate. Packers fans were probably ready to throw the season away last year too. Which ghost was that?
Jordan Love could do it.
That's like farming Ghost.
Yeah.
Jordan Love, hope farming Ghost at his finest.
Let's see this case.
He's like who's the medical company that came out with that COVID vaccine?
Pfizer.
Pfizer Ghost just loves to like convince you, yeah, go get that shot, you'll be safe against COVID. Not. That's Ghost feeding you hope for the Miami Dolphins.
I'm just saying, Jordan Love is. I mean, I didn't say it, but obviously Dolphins Twitter, he's way worse than Tua. So
don't do this.
I just feel like that's a good expectation, especially with Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle.
You said Jordan Love's is worse than Tua at quarterback.
That's what I read. Everyone says that, so it must be true, right?
This is what I'm like. You can't take him serious.
you just never know.
This is what he wants.
He does a great
This
job.
is what
I'm
he
just
wants.
keeping the door. I'm keeping the door open. Like Jordan Love did it, and he's way worse than Tua. Clearly, like obviously, like they would have taken Jordan Love over Tua, like if he was better. And he came in after 2-5 through 21 touchdowns.
Yeah, and he's got a playoff win.
Question, so we can keep it moving. Raheem Mostert scores a touchdown in the fourth quarter. We go up 26-18. Do you guys think we should have gone for 2 there, or are you cool with going for 1? Just to wrap up the coaching kerfluffle that happened on Sunday. Should we have gone for 2?
Yeah, you're going to lose by 1 anyway. You're within a field goal. Like the point differential didn't matter. Why not try to? Like it didn't matter if you kicked a field goal or didn't, or I mean the extra point. You're still ahead in the game, but you're going to lose by a field goal if you don't go for 2. Either way, it's fucking dumb.
No. That's what I'm saying. Someone needs to get sacked.
Like this motherfucker
Should've
goes
went
for a
for 2.
fourth down on our 35-yard line first game of the season, but he won't go for 2 here. Like it's been 3 years of this shit. Like how does he not have somebody in his ear like, hey coach, analytics say you might want to do this, you know? That's it would have been.
It could be worse.
So facts. So facts.
Bro, we went for it week 2 on our own 45 on 4th and fucking 5 against the
wasn't
Buffalo
it like 4th
Bills.
and 8? Wasn't it much further, like 4th
No,
and 8 or something?
It was 4th and 5. 4th and 5 on our own 45-yard line. And we went for it. But this guy won't go for 4th and 1 and is trying 60-yard field goals with Jason Sanders against Seattle. Remember that? It was 4th and 1. Too. Walks out Jason Sanders for a 60-yarder. Like, oh my God, dude. Just
you already knew that motherfucker was going to miss it too.
Oh yeah, there was no chance that was going to get hit. All right, boys, moving on. Let's talk about like some players in the game. Just some individual performances. Buckle up. First one, number 11, David Long. Ghost, take us away.
You want me to go after David Long right now? You know what pisses me off is that I caped for this guy early on in the season. He had some good gap integrity. The reason we lost this game was because Jordan Poyer and David Long were on the field. I don't care. Like, I don't care what the wife has to say about that shit. Like, if she sees this, she probably won't, but
she's fit.
I hope she does see it. Hi, Rachel, if you're watching.
What's crazy is
Trey
McBride
just saying,
didn't do anything insane. He'd come off the ball, ran 5 yards, turned around, and Kyler Murray hit him over and over and over, and David Long just sitting flat-footed still.
They just found 11 and attacked them.
And that's a coaching issue then too. Also,
was he the one who missed that tackle on like 3rd and 5?
He missed 100 tackles on Sunday,
that was Marcus May with the game on the line when we could have stopped him.
Oh my God, that sent me. That shit. I threw my hat off after that. Look at my fucking hairline. You know what it takes for me to take my fucking hat off, bro? You had a fuck up, and that was
1 month. That shit's gonna be tight, though.
Yeah, no, I'm turkey next month, baby. Stay tuned.
1 month, baby. Our boy's gonna be back. All right, yeah. Also, do you guys? The only possession the defense stopped in the second half, that ball hit Jordan Poyer in the hand. It's something about when players come to Miami. If that's Buffalo Jordan Poyer, that motherfucker one-hands that thing and high steps into the end zone, and we win the game. But here, the guy he can't cover, he can't catch.
People come here to retire, brother. Like they're done.
I've been saying that for years.
We're the 401k team of the year.
There you go, 401k Dolphins.
Yep.
Guantanamo Bay, baby. Learn Chinese, unreal. Buddy.
Yeah.
When's the last time the Dolphins had a good linebacker? Zach Thomas? Like honestly, give me one good linebacker
Jordan
that's
Brooks
worth the
pretty
shit.
fucking great. I think Jordan Brooks has been playing out of his mind.
Carlos Dansby.
I haven't heard that name in a while. Still, what was that? Like 2012, 2013?
That was 2011,
yeah.
For sure.
That's what I'm saying, bro. It's been 10 years. And like as good as those guys are, like they ain't dogs. Like they're good. Great players for sure, but there's no like Fred Warners. There's no Savage, bro, that like people are scared to run over the middle, bro. People eat over the middle of the field against the Dolphins.
I'll never forget
they live for it.
Getting absolutely geeked about signing Ellerbe and Anthony Burnett, thinking like it's time, baby. Ellerbe's coming from the Ravens, overpaid, no good. Somebody said Landon Roberts.
Great run stuffer. Great run stuffer.
Fourth and short.
Fourth and short, go.
Landon Roberts was a one-trick pony, and he did that shit fucking great. If there's a 4th and inches, 3rd and inches, that motherfucker is not getting it if he's coming through that hole.
Jordan Brooks stuff on the 2-point conversion was he fucking took James Conner out of the air and stuffed that shit. All right, moving on. Next player.
Yeah,
go ahead. Finish. Go ahead. Shit linebacker.
We chilling.
Go ahead. You good?
No, just like last night, I'm watching the Steelers play defense, and I'm like, just watching these guys who I don't even know who their names are. They're just playing fundamentally sound football. Nobody's missing a tackle. Nobody's falling on the ground. Like they're breaking down, sacking the quarterback. Like Daniel Jones is no slouch when he gets outside the pocket. Like he's a big dude. He's fast. He can scoot. And like
great value, Josh Allen.
They're fucking just hitting these guys, and like you watch the Dolphins play, and
value.
We're like
mark down great value.
Yeah,
it's almost like their hands are tied like at their waist and they just like bump into them, and then fucking James Conner bounces out 3 people at the line of scrimmage and then gains 12 yards. I'm standing up because I'm like fucking ready to cheer, like, okay, good tackle for loss, no gain. And he breaks 3 tackles at the line of scrimmage, and people are just like bouncing off of, like, I don't understand how you bounce off a running back. Like, no hands on the guy. You're just putting your shoulder into him. Like, they're not even doing the fundamental shit correctly, man. Like, how do you expect a team to go deep in the playoffs when they don't do instinctually football sound things on the field? Like,
did Ghost just hold the defense accountable? Are we having a breakthrough?
Hold everybody accountable, bro.
After he glazed them
this
for the
is
first
one
half.
thing Ghost definitely agrees with on the defense. This was such an obvious thing to do, and I don't even have to get into it. Deshaun Elliott should have been back no matter what. They should have signed Poyer and then brought Elliott back at $3 million. So obvious. Not to mention, and it's easy to look back or look at something after the fact and say, wow, that's so obvious. But dude, he just keeps getting better.
Dude, I shit you not. I was at Powerhouse in Fort Lauderdale during the offseason. I see Deshaun Elliott there randomly, and I'm like, yo, Deshaun, what are you doing here, dog? He's like, well, I can't go to the facility. I'm just training. I'm like, yo, are we bringing you back? Or like, what's the deal? We'd love to have you back. He was like, shit, I hope so. Next day, see him again, say what's good, and then boom, to Pittsburgh he goes. And I'm like, this motherfucker, Chris Grier, he can't do the simple. He just can't do the simple things. Like the no-brainer things, the Van Ginkels, the fucking Deshaun Elliott's, the simple thing, he just can't do it. He won't do it. It's unfathomable.
Real quick,
fun fact, I beat Deshaun Elliott in ping pong. Just wanted to put that out there.
That's kind of
really?
Yeah.
Hey, that's a dub. Real quick, because I thought about this. We were talking about him at work the other day. People either love him. I think everybody loves him. Whether you think he was the best linebacker or not, I think everybody loved him. Kiko Alonso.
Wow.
Fucking hated him.
He's been legend.
I missed him.
Hated him.
Like seeing him take Joe Flacco's head off when he slid was just.
Yeah, but
he
it was just
constantly out of position.
He's the Jay Cutler of linebackers.
Wow.
Correct.
Wow.
Great
how
comparison.
about when he went to the wrong sideline and was just chilling?
That was unbelievable. No, I miss laughing at him on the field, I should say. So he was entertaining to watch in terms of pure entertainment, not because he was great at football.
When I watch Kiko Alonso, he's trying so hard and not not affecting anything. Like he'd be running with his arms so quickly, and he would just be. I mean, pass coverage was fucking non-existent. That motherfucker couldn't cover a goddamn lineman if he tried.
Yeah, but
missing tackles, tackling guys. Yeah, he'll hit you on the ground after Joe Flacco slides and he's ordering a fucking beer down the goddamn bar.
We don't have nobody that'll do that now.
Look, all they had to do, the two obvious things, and they were already there. Re-sign Deshaun Elliott, re-sign AVG, and dude,
our defense would be so good right now.
Bro, looking like a genius.
Doesn't AVG have more touchdowns than our receivers this year?
Our entire offense,
and more sacks than our entire defense. Yeah, these are facts. He's gonna win Defensive Player of the Year.
All that.
Playing for fucking Flores.
Dude, he's literally on track to be Defensive Player of the Year.
Oh my god!
Actually, though.
Yeah. But hey, we don't need him. We don't need Christian Wilkins. We don't need Deshaun Elliott.
Chop Robinson's got us covered.
Yeah,
Chop Robinson's got us covered, bro. He's got us covered. Chop with his fucking axe. He's got us. Don't worry, boys.
Chris Grier has to have proof of Stephen Ross having an affair because there's no reason he has a job.
It's unbelievable. He has to have that blackmail file. Has to be so deep. It has to be so deep.
Deep.
All right, a couple more names, rapid fire. Bobby, Jalen Wright. What's the fucking problem? What did he do? Whose cereal did he piss in to not get playing time?
I think McDaniel gets caught up on his plans. If he has it in his mind, okay, we're gonna bring Jalen Wright along slow, and then he's gonna be there for us down the home stretch. It doesn't matter how good he looks or how bad we need him before that. He's like, that's the plan. So and Mostert, that's his boy, which I get it, but it's time, man. Let the young bull out of the cage. Jalen Wright might be our best running back, and I love HN. I think he's amazing. But Jalen Wright, as far as first down, every down back, ground and pound, what we need, Jalen Wright is that dude. Easily.
Hell yeah.
I'll just say to that, why do you need Jalen Wright when you could just hand the ball off to Alec Ingold on the 12-yard line?
Correct.
This is true. This is true. That's the kind of problems McDaniel's dealing with. He's got too much,
Bro,
too
he
much
ran the outside zone fullback dive again. We got a first down this week, but he ran the fucking thing again. The outside zone fullback. He ran it again.
That was inside. They did an inside zone that time.
And it was like 4 yards for a first down, though. It was perfect in that situation.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Another name for y'all boys. Cam Smith.
Played decent.
Cam Smith was in position, and Marvin Harrison Jr. was just making plays. Like he was there, but a part of being cornerback, you could do 99% of the things correctly, be in position, and not locate the football, and you're getting mossed. And that's what happened. Like Cam Smith was in position. He was in great position almost every single catch. And Marvin Harrison.
You know what that reminds me of? You know who that reminds me of?
Noah Igbenogany.
Go ahead. There you go.
No.
There you go.
Wow,
that was cold. That was cold. Nah, look. Cam
that's the same thing we said about Noah. Always in position, never making plays. And look, I'll give Cam the benefit of the doubt. First game back from injury. Marvin Harrison's no slouch, but it's something to watch. That's all I'm gonna say. Look, I mean, Marvin even cooked Jalen a couple of times. So, like, bro, that boy is a fucking dog. So I'm not gonna hold Cam too close to the fire, but he's always in position, not making plays.
Here's what I liked about Cam.
I said.
Cam came back after, like you said, a month off, 6 weeks off, whatever it was, stepped right into the outside starting role, let Ramsey play the star role, let Weaver use him however he wanted, and we didn't even know Cam Smith was on the field for 3 quarters. They started going to Marvin Harrison, and yes, Marvin Harrison was making plays, but he was on his back. Marvin Harrison, shit was just going their way at that point. There was nothing we could do about it. But first game back, especially, we're talking about a guy that hasn't really seen the field his first 2 years with the team. So for him to play the way he did after us not even knowing if he could play, I was all right with his first look.
Him making that of the game without an injury, I'm gonna take it as a fucking dub. I'm gonna take it as a dub, and we'll move on. All right, boys, moving on. So what now? We got our actual Debo. We're going up to Debo's home this Sunday, 1:00, fucking Orchard Park. What the fuck do we do now? Because I fear for our lives on Sunday.
You want me to tell you?
Yeah, please do.
Here we go.
All right, this is what you do. You wake up, you take a perk, you grab a bottle of lube, you pull your pants down, oil your asshole up, and just let Josh Allen fuck you. Because that's what's gonna happen. There's no game plan, there's no nothing. I'm sorry if that was too far for anyone. This team's fucked, and you might as well prepare. You might as well make it easier for yourself. There's no reason to just let them raw dog you and try 6 different condoms. Just lube it up and let it slip in. There's nothing else I can tell you. I've seen this movie 800 times.
Holy shit!
The only chance we ever have of beating them is at home. We didn't do that, and now we got to go to Orchard Park. Yeah, that ain't gonna work, brother. I'm telling you that right now. I've been to Buffalo twice. Get smacked up. Sorry,
how
did
we end up at a Diddy party, bro?
That's what I was reading too much Diddy articles. Yeah, no.
Oh my God.
I mean, yeah, that was an extreme analogy, but that's just that's the situation that we live in. How excited I used to get for Bills Week. How much I would lie to myself. You know how much I would convince myself that even with Skylar Thompson we're going to win a game.
Yep.
I'm done with that, brother. It's above me. I'm on to next week. I don't know who we got next week, but that's what I'm on.
Rams?
The Rams on prime time.
With all their weapons.
That's another loss. That's back to back. We'll be 2-7. Guaranteed. Book it. If the Dolphins win this, I'm done making crazy bets. I'm done making crazy bets.
I'll make a bet for us. If we somehow beat the fucking Buffalo Bills, however many points we beat them by, this podcast will collectively shotgun that many beers live.
Yeah, okay. Fair.
And you can hold us to that.
I'm going to send a tweet out. I'm going to send that tweet out on Sunday. I'm going to be like, hey, if the Dolphins win for every point we beat them by, I'm shotgunning a beer. Fair.
That's perfect.
Done deal. I'm going to do that. Because I'm telling you right now, this team has 0% chance at winning that game. 0.
Make sure you tag the dive bar in that, just so you know.
Yes. And hopefully I'm doing some voodoo spell right now that makes us win the game, because I literally there's not one bone in my body that thinks we have a chance at winning on Sunday. And usually that's when the Dolphins come out to play. So hopefully me putting this in the universe makes us win the game. I just don't see it. Josh Allen's our daddy. We ain't winning in Buffalo.
On the call, if that makes you feel better.
Kevin Harlan
means nothing to me anymore.
Not even the sweet, silky voice of Kevin Harlan could save us.
I think the line's only 6, and it's going to be like in the 50s. And you know what happens to certain players on our team when it's a little nippy out?
When it's under 65?
It's unbelievable. Being from South Florida and moving to Chicago, and I was like, it was like 45 degrees out. I'm like, bro, like, yeah, it's a little chilly, but it ain't freezing. Like, our offense shouldn't go from 300 yards to $150 because it's 45 degrees outside. Like, it's crazy. It's nuts. We're sorry. We're a sorry-ass team. Straight the fuck up. We got no chance.
And just to go back to that tweet that I put out about Miami winning in Buffalo, that wasn't a confidence tweet, like hope tweet. That would just be the Miami Dolphins thing to do. Win, to finally go into Buffalo and smack Buffalo around in a fucking year that it doesn't matter. Like, that is the Miami Dolphins defined.
Yeah.
Is it not? Like, is it not
Yeah,
really
we would go into Buffalo, win, and then fucking go into the Rams the next week and get crushed.
Exactly. Yeah.
It's so good.
This wasn't a psychological tweet. Like, I'm literally just saying, like, this would be the year that Miami goes into Buffalo.
That we beat Buffalo and then miss the playoffs. Yep.
Because it means nothing. So why wouldn't they win finally up there?
No, that's great point, Ghost. Great point. I didn't even think about that.
You can't even celebrate it.
You know what? Now we have a chance at winning just because you said that. Like, now I'm sold. Now we're going to win. Now we're going to win because it means nothing.
Lock of the week with Nicky Smokes.
Dolphins money line. Book it.
+6. Oh, money line.
Keep the points.
Like +480.
Oh, my God.
Oh, my days.
This is where we are, boys.
Win. Dude, they're gonna win. Listen, they're short rant. It's gonna be the worst case scenario for me on Dolphins.
Stop it! I can't do this. I can't do this. No, you're doing it. You're doing it to me, bro. Listen, you're not doing this shit to me, bro. I'm not falling for this. No, he's doing it.
He's too charming. They're gonna win.
They're gonna win.
I'm taking my headphones off.
And VBS is going to go off, and all of his friends, Vito and Cash and all those people, oh, see, he's the fucking future. Give him 10 more years on the contract. He owns Josh Allen. Bro, it's going to be the worst week on Dolphins Twitter because they're going to be pulling receipts like in a fucking game that doesn't matter. Yo, shout out Slipknot Tony. What's up? I fucking love Slipknot. Dude.
That's your boy, Nicky?
That's an OG right there.
I fucking love Slipknot, dude.
Yo, but the road to 5-5 starts in Buffalo on Orchard Park on Sunday.
Let's be real. Look, you guys are doing it, bro. You guys are part of the problem.
Hide from it. You cannot escape reality, boys.
Oh, come on, Big E.
Big E.
Going to Turkey, chill.
1 month, Big E. Give him a month.
1 month. 1 month.
It's just something about a buzz cut that reminds me of Hitler. It's just
like, I love, that is peak Keith.
You're not getting monetized on this episode.
We've been cooked. We've been cooked on that.
Keith will just make comparisons that aren't comparable.
Unreal. Yeah, I don't know, man. I obviously never go into a Sunday wanting the Dolphins to lose, but a part of me wants, like, if they lose, it's almost like when a family member is in hospice and you're like, all right, like, I love them, I don't want them to go, but like, just pull the fucking plug on them, like, let them go live with God. That's how I feel about the Dolphins. Like, just pull the fucking plug out. Like, don't make me excited for another week. Like, just lose Sunday and let me look at the draft log. Like, I'm so fed up. I'm so tired of being hurt and like on a lifeline. Like I'm alive and breathing, but like I'm a vegetable brain. Like, pull the fucking plug. Like, that's what this team is.
What the hell?
The analogies have been on point. Yo, so if we lose and the Jets lose, the Bills clinch the division in the first week in November. Has that ever been done before?
Wait, what?
No.
Look,
say that again.
If we lose and the Jets lose on Thursday night, which they very well could, the Bills clinch the division.
Who are the Jets playing?
Texans
There's no
Thursday
math
night.
on that. There's no math
Houston?
on that.
That means they would have already beaten us twice. They would have beat the Jets already. The Jets would be 2-7.
We would both be 2-7 or 2-6, 2-7. Yeah. I think he might be right.
That math might check.
Or basically Buffalo would only have to win like one more game.
Yeah, they'd be 3-0 in the division already.
And they played the Jets again, so there you go.
Yeah, that might. Oh, and they beat the Patriots already too.
Yeah, I'll go with you. I'll go with you there, Ghost. Yeah.
At least we're not the Jets.
We could be the Jets. Regardless, yes, that's true. Regardless of whether or not what he said is true, like the Bills already won the division.
No doubt.
It would just be embarrassing if they clinched it in week 9.
The Bills won the division in week 0. They were never losing this fucking division.
No. Oh, yeah, it would be the earliest a team has ever. That's crazy.
That's unbelievable.
I have found true love and hate watching the Jets on Sunday.
Oh, nothing gets me.
It's the only thing we have.
The Jets.
It's all we got.
It's like I'm a Florida fan. Like the only thing that brings me joy is watching Florida State be more ass than us. Like that's Florida State.
Hey, easy. We can all, but we do hate watching Miami, and their time is coming.
You can't hate watch them. All they do is win.
Big E just missed it, so catch him up on our bet.
Oh yeah, Big E. So if we beat the Bills, however many points we beat them by, we're gonna shotgun that many beers live on the pod next Tuesday.
Yep,
that's happening.
Nikki, you're gonna do it for your own content, and I don't blame you. But you're gonna come back.
You're gonna come back to do it.
I'm gonna come back, tag you guys on Twitter, and I think this is what I'm gonna do. If the Dolphins win, period, I'll get a 12-pack of beers, and I have to shotgun all 12 of them back to 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 back.
Dude, this is gonna do numbers next week.
Hey, we're going big boys.
Oh, hey, I would love to shotgun 12 beers and puke my brains out if the Dolphins beat the Bills, but
I would do it half.
That's what I'm saying, dude. And like Nicky, I'm telling you, buddy, it only makes perfect sense that the Dolphins would beat the Bills in Orchard Park in a year that it doesn't fucking matter.
God damn it!
Listen,
and you know it, Eric, you know it, Bobby, you know it. You all know I'm right. You all know that I am saying something that is completely factual, that it is the most Miami Dolphins thing to finally get over the Buffalo Bill hump in Orchard Park in a fucking year that nothing matters.
Hey, real quick, one of the funniest things I miss about Nicky rants, dude, when you used to be like, I'm going to go over to Hard Rock and jump off the side of the stadium.
I'll jump on the fucking Hard Rock and I'll jump on the fucking roof right now. I swear to God, I'll do it.
Hey, dude, my boys from North Carolina were sending me that clip. Like, this dude's freaking crazy. I was like, yeah, he is.
Maybe that would reverse if the Cuesta curse, though, to be fair. We might have to try that.
I was going to say, I think we've been doing it wrong. We're letting the Dolphins deliver the pain. If we keep doing side missions that are going to be painful, there might be something to it.
Brother, our side mission is being a fan of this fucking franchise for as long as we have, all right? Like, that's our goddamn side mission. Like, let's be real.
All right, I just put the tweet out. I'll tag you guys. Dive bar.
Live tweeting.
Nice.
Bookmark this tweet. If the Dolphins beat the Bills this week, I will shotgun 12 beers back to 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 back. No chance we win at the dive bar. Done. Yeah, there's no way. There's no way we win. Hopefully we do.
You guys want to hit a couple mailbags before we get out of here? We got
let's hit the mailbag.
Yes, sir.
All right, let's see what we got here.
There it is.
I'm just glad Ghost is hitting the mailbag instead of the other one these days. Growth.
We're all about growth here at the dive bar, you know? All right, so TJRHO_. Offense looked better with Tua back, but I think Mike should still consider handing play calls to Darrell Bevel. Bevel was the Seahawks play caller in the Super Bowl, and the shift could free up McDaniel to focus on other game responsibilities. Thoughts? Handing over play calling to Bevs.
We're past that point, in my opinion. I think he's your play caller. He's not giving it up.
Yeah, considering I think McDaniel should be fired. Yeah, I don't care who calls plays, bro. You could have fucking Ghost call plays at this point in the year. It doesn't matter.
Oh, we'd be winning. Yeah, you'd be winning a lot more games with Ghost calling plays.
We'd win 12 fucking games there, buddy.
Imagine the freaking camera when the camera shoots the Ghost on the sidelines. He's just like, it really is hard to call plays for this team.
Tua would throw the ball 20 times.
Mike McDaniel has Ghost on the speakerphone. Yo, what do you think about halfback dive on the 12? Nah, Mike, that's not the one.
Not gonna do that.
That's not the call, brother. Fade route Tyreek? No, you fucking you should just have like a shot caller like for the dogs and just tase him every time he says a dumb play.
Those need about 15 headsets because he'd be fucking slamming.
Bro, you know he hasn't been the same since they took the vape away from him. Like he needs his vape back.
Dude, I saw on Twitter earlier tonight, just before we went on, like somebody put like, who would you rather have? And it was a picture of McDaniel hitting the vape and fucking Harbaugh just throwing in like 15 zins in the fourth quarter.
Dude, Harbaugh's got them playing winning football, dude. Herbert's not putting up numbers, but they're managing the game.
I want a coach who dips tobacco next.
Vrabel?
Dan Campbell.
Yeah, I would love Vrabel.
Vrabel throws in yoppers.
Dan Campbell, former Dolphins legend. Yeah, by the way, I loved him. I loved him when he was interim head coach. I thought he was going to get hired.
Hold on one second. Look at this. Ready? This was 9 years ago today. Ready? 9 years ago today. Dan Campbell arrives in Miami.
Wow.
Man,
that shit hurted.
9 years ago today.
Hurted.
Dan Campbell arrives in Miami. Unfucking believable. Imagine the offensive line we could have had.
Yeah, we'd have the one that the Lions have, and we'd be winning nonstop.
Ghost is already doing that, and we're losing.
Yeah, Ghost has been celibate for years, not by choice.
Buddy, there's not a fucking night that goes by.
Next question. I've had some good runs with Ghost. I'll just say that.
I've seen it
with my own two eyes.
All right, Dustfin, who's a huge friend of the pod in the comments right now. Appreciate you, Dustfin. If we somehow finish with a winning record, not going to happen. Will any of you be mad, and why? We get to 9-8. We make the playoffs 9-8 this year.
We could go 8-9, and if we get in the playoffs and win, I don't give a fuck what the record is.
Playoff win, bro. I don't give a fuck about records. Playoff win.
Records are irrelevant to me. Get in the playoffs and win a game.
Yeah, I agree with this statement. This is what I was going to say, too. That's what I was going to say. Campbell, if he stayed here, he would end up being terrible.
Very true.
We would have fired him a year later. Let's be honest here. Like, we can easily be like, oh, we had the best coach right under our noses. It would have never worked.
We also don't deserve that. As a franchise and fans, we just don't deserve good stuff to happen to us. So, it just would have never worked. It just would have never worked.
No, yeah, you're 100% right. We would have made him full-time, and he would have been the worst coach in NFL history.
Yeah, he would have got sacked quick. So Heisenberg at Mickey Brooks says, so I have Joe Robbie, Shao, Smokes, and Ghost all pallbearers for Sunday. Need 2 more. Anybody else? Anybody else gonna come help out?
Dog, I think we're gonna be able to.
Huh? Is that Mickey Box?
Yeah, Mickey Brox. Yeah,
he's a huge Buffalo fan. He fucks with me all the time.
Oh god damn it! Why did I give him shout?
It's all good. That's part of the game. He said something else too that was funny earlier. He said something like called us out about losing to Buffalo, and he said Ghost will probably block me in 3 seconds. He's so soft.
I never block him, dude. I don't know.
It was the Dive account.
Oh, okay.
And one more, just because we missed Joe Robbie. Dustin wants to know if Joe ever figured out what this fucking red thing in the back here was.
Probably not.
I went to London. Those telephone booths are just public homeless shelters, dog. Like, they are disgusting.
They probably don't smell like piss or anything.
Oh yeah, no, not at all. Go in there, Joe Robbie. Yeah, go ahead and touch those dials.
Let's see. Oh, here's one. What do we think about Odell purportedly being unhappy? I think that I don't give a fuck because he hasn't caught a goddamn ball. So
yeah, facts.
He could be unhappy if he wants.
You know what flew under the radar with the Colt? You know what really flew under the radar? Tyreek and Odell tweeting yet again. We were open and our quarterback couldn't get us the football. How come you didn't tweet about that? They loved it when Tyreek was saying how open he was with Tyler Huntley and Skyler. They tweeted that nobody could run this offense. Everyone could run this offense, right? Nope. Only Tua could run the offense. And then Tyreek and Odell said, hey, buddy, we're open too. And the quarterback couldn't get us the football. Radio silence. Just saying. Just fucking saying.
I don't blame you. It's tough in these streets. Losing sucks, man. It wasn't supposed to be like this.
It wasn't. But again,
we're gonna watch. We're gonna watch
Jets.
every Sunday, and we're gonna fucking be happy or pissed off no matter what happens. We're going to watch.
Vibs. Shout out Vibs. Check the tape. Cut
Shout
the
out
tape.
Shout out Vibs.
Cut the fucking tape. Cut the tape.
Oh my God, Vibs.
I don't blame Joe Robbie. I wouldn't watch a Dolphins game again if I didn't have to. Fuck that.
Joe Robbie was on one on Monday. On one.
Yeah, he left the chat and everything because of me. He left the chat.
Someone needs to publish this book and get it to McDaniel.
Hey,
I'll tell you that.
The Dolphins will break a good man. Everybody knows this. So say what you want, but everyone has some grace on Sunday and Monday. We all know.
All right, let me ask one real question right now, because I know all you guys like to be fake positive on Twitter and shit. Will this team ever win a Super Bowl with Tua at quarterback?
I say no. I've said
it doesn't
that
look
since day
like
one.
it.
Yeah, I'll say no because
this was a question for Bobby. I wanted to see how fake he's about to be with me.
I'm not fake. I don't tweet out of anger for my own sake.
Smart.
Like I just said earlier, and like Go said, by Wednesday, I'm like, I'd rather us win than lose. It's all I got on Sunday, so I'm back on.
Fair.
But no, I don't think we do, because the reality is we're headed towards the end of this whole deal. Like the end is near. Yeah. So like whether we like it or not, like this isn't even going to be the team. So buckle up for a good old rebuild. I'm all about stacking picks, and boy, I love mock draft season. So don't scare me with a good time. But I was built on it. Built on it, and I love spending $100 million in the offseason for no reason. It's not going to mean anything.
It ain't my $100 million.
You think a farmer can farm? Let me get some mock drafts rolling again, boys. Headed straight for the. I'll be working at Barstool next year in the mock draft division, bud.
I love it. See, that's the real Bobby right there. Dude, I fuck with that.
I'm always here. I just got to take it easy.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. I like the real Bobby.
Line of like being realistic and then being recruiter Bob to get people on the pod. So you can't really just
no. You're doing it right. You're doing it right. That's why I wanted to ask you on the pod. They give me some smoke. They give me some smoke sometimes, and I'm like, oh, did you not like the last 40 guests we had on? You got to play some way. Yeah, you have to. You guys have been playing it smart. 2026. Yeah, 2026 rebuild. I mean, look.
This is exactly what's going to happen. We're going to get out. We're going to buy out of Tua's contract, because I think we have that out next year. I think we have that out, and he's going to go somewhere and just absolutely go bananas.
No, he's not. He's going to go play golf and raise his family.
What?
I don't know what that means, brother.
Yeah, you do.
If that was her name, I'm sorry.
Oh my God! Hey, Tua's going to be a Super Bowl champion in 2 years in Pittsburgh, man. It's going to be insane.
Yeah, facts.
Bro, don't talk about Pittsburgh. Mike Tomlin got them boys 6-2.
Yeah,
no. Wilson.
That's where you're wrong. Mr. Dangerous or Unlimited has them 6-3. Come on.
The Pittsburgh Steelers. I mean, that's unbelievable.
I'm not going to lie. That motherfucker was throwing some darts.
He's balling this year.
Like,
he's balling.
Did you see that? Did you see that play with Kenny Pickens? It was like a skinny flag route or a skinny corner route, and he fucking placed that ball underneath the safety and over the cornerback on a fucking corner right on the sideline. That was like one of the best throws I've seen. And it was on a line. It wasn't a moon ball. It was on a fucking line. It was one of the best throws I've ever seen, dude. It was incredible.
You know why? Good offensive line.
And shout out to Mike Tomlin, dude. They were 4-2, and he said, "You know what? Fields is going to the bench, and I'm bringing in Russell Wilson." And the whole row was like, "What? You taking a winning quarterback out?"
He said, "Watch this."
Hey, I'm just saying, and that's why he's the GOAT. Honestly, Mike Tomlin's the man, dude. He delivers.
You know, and this is actually this will be my closing thoughts. People get on my ass about Tua, right? I know Tua. I put Tua is no worse than the 12th best quarterback in the league. I get that. Okay. My thing is, until this scenario happens of what I'm about to say, I'm never going to be happy with the quarterback situation. You know how like Bills fans have Josh Allen, Chiefs fans have Patrick Mahomes, Patriots fans had Tom Brady, Steelers fans had Ben Roethlisberger. They went into every game not looking at the injury report, didn't matter, not looking at who was healthy, and they said, it doesn't matter, I'm confident because we have this guy. Until I reach that point, it has nothing to do with Tua. It's until I reach that point where I have confidence, where I say it doesn't fucking like, oh, Tyreek's out or Waddle's out or Jalen Phillips.
Play that sound effect right there, Bobby. He's spitting right now.
Until I have that feeling, that those fans have had, I'm never going to be happy with quarterback. It has nothing to do with Tua. It has nothing to do with that.
Preach.
It's fine. This is the guy's probably a fucking. He's probably working his fucking 14-hour shifts, turning the construction sign, fucking crying about shit. And that's fine. That's fine. That's great. But you're miserable. You got miserable life. Miserable life.
I heard that
dude cooking in the chat right now, though. Hey, respect to you, man. Also, thanks for the view.
Yeah, appreciate the like, though.
Really,
homie.
Hey, real quick,
dude, am I wrong though? Am I wrong?
No, you're right. Wrong about that's the bar of the night right there.
Right, you're right.
When have you ever felt confident? Whenever you like going into the Chiefs game in the playoffs, where you're like, oh man, it's all good. We got Tua. When the fuck have you?
Not once.
Until I can, it has nothing to do with Tua. Insert any name, unless I can say, doesn't matter. Our wide receivers hurt. Doesn't matter. Our offensive line's hurt. Doesn't matter. Our whole defense is out. We have this guy. Until I get to that point, I am not going to be happy. I'm sorry. I don't want Kirk Cousins. I don't want a Dak Prescott. I don't want I don't want that. I don't want that. Yes, you can win some games. You're not going to go into
regular season Warriors.
You think Cowboys fans are going to a game saying, we got Dak, bro. He's our long-term.
Well, that's my point, though. You're talking about 3% of the league. Like, there's only three teams that feel that way.
You're talking about the two best quarterbacks in the league.
Well, go look at who's winning Super Bowls.
There's only one guy winning.
We're talking about one quarterback then.
One motherfucker.
You really narrowed it down.
Guess what? He plays in the AFC. Yeah. And then look who won them back in the day: Brady, Manning, Roethlisberger. That's who wins you Super Bowls.
I'm gonna show.
And then you have the one fluke like Nick Foles, bro. Remember when people would use was it Bill Sims as the one example of how you could win without an elite quarterback? And it's brother, have you not seen the last 30 it was Trent Dilfer, actually.
The dude that trained with Tua, yeah.
It's crazy. It's bro, there's 40 other quarterbacks that were the top 1% that won, and you picked the one scrub as the excuse. It is what it is.
I want to show this guy.
Bro, we went from Brady to Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I know.
Death sentence.
It's the life we live. Bobby, you want to show somebody?
And Josh Allen was ass at first, but I'm done.
Not against us, though. He was always good against us.
That's the worst part.
Bro,
he was so ass at first.
I watch the Bills play other teams, and I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? Because he's not the guy that plays versus us. When he sees that fucking teal and orange, he is somebody else. It's it's not the same guy. It's just unbelievable.
He has his best games, dude. His best games come against Miami.
I want to show this guy some love because he dropped a question. I just seen it. His name is Smokey Reese, and apparently he's the leader of the Nicky Smokes Army.
Smokey Reese.
I don't even look. His profile picture is literally you from this football game.
Yeah.
He said, "What your favorite Dolphin player of all time, and what jersey not retired should be?" His answer was Brian Cox.
Okay. Brian Cox, Dolphins legend. My favorite Dolphin player of all time. I know he wasn't there that long, but he just meant the most to me. It was Jarvis Landry.
Yo,
and
juice.
I could go deep in my bag, when I was a kid, and say Sam Madison or Chris Chambers, Ricky Williams, but where I was in my life, junior year, senior year of high school, it's just the way Jarvis played the game, and when he had that one crackback block against the Buffalo Bills and took that dude's soul, I was bro, this is the type of football player you want on your team. He was just a mean, savage motherfucker. I love Jarvis Landry. I think the way he played the game, if you could extract that and inject that into this Dolphins team, we'd be something. I love Jarvis Landry.
I just got cooked by our guest because I was gonna say, Juice, I have the fucking orange colorway jersey in the closet right now. That's a fire one.
I miss him, bro.
Yeah,
I miss
dude,
Jarvis. Devon Bass, Brian Hartline.
Wow.
Anthony Fasano,
Ricky.
I was gonna say Ricky. Yeah, Ricky's.
I love Ricky. I love Ricky. I just didn't want to give a basic top 5 Dolphins legend Zach Thomas, Jason Taylor, Ricky Williams,
Rashad Jones,
Chad Pennington.
Oh, last playoff win, wasn't it?
That's the best quarterback I've ever seen, Chad Penning.
No, I don't think we won a playoff game with him. We just won the division.
Won the division.
Hey,
got smoked by the Ravens at home.
And I was at that game. Shout out Tom Brady tearing his ACL that year. Still went to week 17 to win the division, but hey, we did it.
Matt Castle went 11-5.
Yeah, I was about to say, some people just got all the luck, man.
Not us. We're not some people. We are not some people. Parting thoughts, boys?
I just want to say thank you, boys, for having me. I'd be lying if I said I watched every episode, but I'm on Twitter all the time, and I love you guys, and I'm just proud of the work that you guys have put in and what you guys have been able to build and grow. It's been amazing to see from an outside looking in, and just keep holding down the fort and being you guys, because you obviously know what you're doing, and I'm just glad you guys had me on. I can't believe it took 24 episodes, but better late than never. You guys were too busy booking losers like Tyreek Hill and all these other fucking D-list celebrities.
Look, we were in contact a while back. I think I knew I had you. You were like the ace in the pocket.
Yeah.
Hey, at the end of the day, we got Nicky Smokes. And, we had Frank the Tank was knocking on our door. You know what I mean? He was trying to show out. He said he was the real OG of Barstool. There's no way you're going to have that new guy from the Dolphins Barstool account over here. So it was just, there's a lot of pressure that you don't know about that goes into recruiting and producing podcasts. You know what
I mean? Yeah, I got you, big dog.
I think this was.
We appreciate you taking the time out, though, for real. This episode banged. This has been a fire one.
I think just so you can have. I know, like me, I love the compliments here, and I think this is what our most watched live podcast. We're at 1,000.
Yeah.
Damn. Nicky Needles. Nicky move the needle.
Which brings me to my next point.
I don't know. That doesn't sound right. Nicky Needles.
You might want to try that one again.
Chicago got to my boy. Chicago got to my boy.
We're workshopping that.
Which brings me to my next point. You're coming back next month. Please, while you're here, we got you. We're going to get you back on here. No, but seriously, we're going to do it more often. We know you're a busy man, so we're not going to hit you up too much, but you always got time. If you got time, holler at us, man. We'll always bring you on or whatever.
For sure. So real quick before you log off, I brought more people in than Tyreek Hill.
I think you could.
Tyreek Hill was 30,000, so that's going to be hard to do.
No. The live number.
Yeah, I don't want to bust your bubble.
Tyreek's?
No, the number one ever live was Blake Ferguson. The very first episode, he went 1,400 plus.
Wow. Okay, no, hey, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, but that's the first episode bump.
Yeah,
that is.
Bump.
I think.
Hey, if I'm top 3, if it goes Blake Ferguson, Tyreek Hill, Nicky Smokes, I will die happy.
Hey, this is either a compliment or a sign of your personality. But for times to be as low as they are and people still turned up, they probably knew you was about to be in your bag.
Yeah, they did.
Look, I hate this dude, but I gotta see what he's cooking with over here.
No, I had a great time, boys. Thank you for having me.
All right, boys.
You, dog. Hey, we appreciate everybody tuning in. 1,000 deep right now. Even when the Dolphins lose, the dive bar wins. We stay winning. So, look, tune in next week. Nicky's shotgunning 12 beers when we beat the fucking Bills this weekend for no reason at absolute all. So, until next time, boys, fins up.
Oh, and if all goes to plan, tomorrow night we have a special guest, Halloween edition.
Don't miss out.
It's going to be a very thrilling episode.
This motherfucker here, man.
God damn it.
He said it wrong. He said it wrong this time, and he said it not that great the first time. Look, dude, we couldn't think of a better person to have on for a Halloween guest, though. It's really like the perfect Halloween guest to touch on Dolphins and Halloween and horror. It really couldn't be any better.
If you know, you know.
Great, good job, Goes. There goes the chat.
Fucking goes. All right. Until next time, everybody, it's fins up and fuck Buffalo forever.
Fuck Buffalo. Miami's going to win.
Fuck Buffalo. All right, boys.
I said Michael Jackson. What the fuck?
That would have been wild. Hey, I appreciate you, boys, but I got to run. Thank you guys so much.